Okay, welcome to Game 2 between Execration and SummitGaming. In this lower bracket elimination series in the Southeast Asian TI11 regional qualifiers. Execration have taken Game 1 in a very... stomp would be a nice word for it, let's put it that way.
5 seconds.
28k net worth in 28 minutes. Lead, that is. 28k lead in 28 minutes. So... yeah, they were absolutely rolling over Summit, and Summit did a pretty early GG, but I think the game would have been, the Ancient wouldn't have taken that much longer to fall. Initial bans in this game too. Summit removed the Bat Rider and the Enigma, so they're not having any of that Bat Rider. That Bob's Bat Rider is a little too strong. Won't have that at all this game. Execration removed the Death Prophet and the Tiny. Tiny's a bit of an unusual first phase ban. So maybe they've just done a little bit of homework on Summit there to remove that hero from their pool. But it's first pick, it's first pick Undying from Execration, which does leave me with a little bit of apprehension. And then Marcy in return from Summit. I mean, let's just show Marcy Primal Beast. Just go Marcy Primal Beast and actually give yourself a chance in this game. I mean, that's a lot of damage, and it's a lot of just easy setup. You know, part of playing Dota is sometimes just picking heroes that are easy to execute. You go the Razor. Okay. So it looks like they're showing their offlane. Although, just bear with me here, because in the previous game when Execration picked Razor, they tended to think, SummitGaming tended to think that that was a safe lane hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Because they were banning out mids and not safe laners in their last phase ban. So maybe that indicates Summit like to run this Razor as a POS 1, potentially. Void is the second pick, so Void and Undying, good combo. You get the Tombstone up with the Chrono down. Start building up the zombies, and away you go. It's pretty good against Razor as well, because Razor gets the static link off on you, and you just jump away. Jump away, and then jump back in with the shard, and go to work. So you can disengage, break the link, jump back in, and it's like nothing's happened. So I think that already draft is looking pretty good for Execration. Marcy Razor's good, but you know, like it's Marcy Dawnbreaker is so much more potent. Marcy Primal Beast is so much more potent. Marcy Razor feels like you're already a bit defensive on the draft. Yeah, just pull it. If this is the game you go out on, pull out the big guns. Second phase bans, Shadow Fiend and Snapfire will be removed. Beastmaster and Pudge for the side of Execration be taken out. So sort of tanky, more tanky heroes with all those, so with the vision advantage from the beast. Viper taken out as well. So I mean, you've already picked your Faceless Void. What is it you're concerned about with a Viper? Maybe just the lane. I mean, I don't think they're going to pick a Viper after they've already taken the Razor. Execration are a little unsure about what position this Razor is. They're in the same quandary as I am, thinking about what they thought that Execration were running Razor as last game. And that might indicate how they are thinking about the hero, how they evaluate the hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Because Pudge would be more of a safe lane, and Viper's more of an off lane. So they're sort of banning a little bit of everything at the moment. Tusk from SummitGaming. This is not looking bad as a draft for Summit. Tusk is good. Nice little bit of save. With that Marcy, you can maybe stun lock someone for quite a while. Get some damage in. You're gonna still need a +1 on top of it to try and kill the Void with that. But it's a good start.
5 seconds remaining.
Good for taking Roche with the tag team if you decide to level that up. Summit did ban the Puck as that last second phase ban as well. So just removing the mid heroes, making sure that there's no good combos with the Faceless Void. Snapfire was banned as well, so that easy combo. Skyreth Mage is still in the pool. If you wanted to run that with the Faceless Void, Invoker is still in the pool. In fact, we might just see an Invoker pick here. Sunstrike on top of Chrono is a very, very reliable combo. Sequop instead, so just still mass damage. or during the chrono or momentarily after it as it expires. So this will be a Bob, Queen of Pain. We're looking at a Palos, Faceless Void. Not quite sure about where the Undying will be run yet. I'd love to see it run as a core. If Tino run this Undying as a core, that would be absolutely amazing. And some Mastering of the Tusk. Oh, it'd be great. So next picks here. In Execration had 2 picks in a row, and often when you see teams with 2 picks in a row in this second phase of picks, it's quite quick. They've got a plan for the 2 heroes they want. So we're looking at an offlane and another support here, most likely for Execration. I grabbed the Earth Spirit, so that was a great pick. It was played well by CZY in game 1. So they saw the potential of that and will grab it themselves, Execration. Most likely for Shanks. TA, okay. Does make it through the bans. And with Viper and Pudge out, you know, like, yeah, he's looking pretty nice.
10 seconds remaining.
This final phase of bans, I mean, it looks like SummitGaming have their POS 1 still to pick. I'd be very surprised if Execration don't ban some POS 1s, considering they already have their Faceless Void, so they're not taking anything out of the draft for themselves. It's purely being aggressive towards SummitGaming. They certainly don't want to ban offlaners, because that's what they want to get. Oh, they banned the Chen? Okay, so they're reading this as a Razor mid, TA safe lane, Marcy off lane. And they think they're looking for their last support.
Dire team ban.
Okay. If Execration see it that way, I mean, they did get burnt by a core Marcy yesterday, so that sort of stuff lingers in your memory. Darkseer taken out. Yeah, I mean, Execration is pretty clear cut that they have a final offlaner to pick here.
5 seconds remaining.
Darkseer, you've got a couple other heroes in that vein as well that could be taken out. Tanky offlaners that have decent spells in fights, you know, Underlords there. Timber is actually still in the draft. Not bad actually, Timber against Undying and Earth Spirit. Although Earth Spirit with the silence does hurt Timber a fair bit and can chase after the Timber chain. Because Timber chain I believe is 4 seconds, and so is the roll. So Earth Spirit's one of those heroes that actually chase a Timbo and kick him back towards your own team. Dawnbreaker banned. I mean, that'd be a great combo. So it's probably a pretty fair ban there from SummitGaming. Kunka's the last one to take out from Execration. So they are all over the shop, Execration, with these bans. What are they trying to get rid of here? Chen, Kunka.
5 seconds
I think they just never wanted a Chen, but I don't think a Chen was ever being picked last year from SummitGaming. Imagine Quap throwing that dagger like into your body. That's a huge dagger. That's like not the sort of dagger that you recover from. Poisoned as well. Primal Beast. Oh, I love it. I wanted to see SummitGaming pick it up, but you know this. Oh no. Oh no. Well. It will be a mid Wind Ranger for Mercury for SummitGaming. Unknown will be the POS 1 TA. Trezam will be playing the Tusk. Crush will be on the 3 Razor and CZY on the 4 Marcy. The side of Execration, Tino will be taking that big bad Primal Beast to the off lane. Shanks on the 4 Earth Spirit. Bob on the mid Quap. Palace on the safe lane, Faceless Void, and Vincenzo on the 5 Undying. I mean, I see a Wind Ranger picked in a deciding game when the team is already down, and you pick Wind Ranger because you go, Oh, look. Remember that shackle you got that we won the game off of? That was really cool. Let's do that again. Shackle. Doesn't happen that often. Maybe Mercury. Maybe Windranger is Mercury's secret weapon. Who knows? Maybe it is. But either way, I'm really not a fan of the last pick, Windranger. I think this is once again Execration's game to win. And I think we'll probably secure it fairly easily. Okay, smoke coming out from Execration. Most magical or pure damage? It's got to be Bob, right? First tower destruction. 8 to 11. Ice net worth by 25. I mean, it's a big palace. Okay, so both teams coming out to the mid lane here. Trezam. We'll find Bob and Palace. Top wood dropped just outside the range of the tower, so getting good vision into that corner and throwing the sentry down as well. 2 wards for Execration, 1 on either the side of the mid lane, facing towards the river on the ramps. And the last ward will be flat bang in the middle here from Mercury. Scouting out Bob on this high ground. Just holding his nerve. Playing the old I'm AFK card. Moving across the runes, Execration, they want to try and fight that. I mean, if you're against an Undying and a Primal Beast, it's not really the type of fight you want to take. The Execration 2 bounties, Summit 2 bounties as well. So in the mid lane for Summit, they will have Mercury on the Windranger. They'll be laning against Queen of Pain, being played by Bob. And Bob is shown to be an excellent laner. In the top lane, for Execration, Palos on the 1 Faceless Void is being harassed by CZY. He'll be supported by Vincenzo on the 5 Undying. He's laning against CZY on the Marcy and Crush on the Razor. On the safe lane for Summit, there's Unknown playing the TA, being supported by Trezam on the Tusk. And they'll be laning against Shanks on the 4 Earth Spirit. And Tino on the 3 Primal Beast. Already queuing up the braces on the Primal Beast. Hang. We have disconnection. So we can see on this top lane, the Static Link was used here. Time Walk was used from initially in the lane when CZY forced it out with the Dispose. But 24 seconds generally, as opposed to 40 seconds. Like, this only reduces by 5 seconds per cooldown. It starts at 40. This reduces by, 6 seconds per cooldown. It starts at 24. So in the end, Time Walk is only a 6-second cooldown, whereas Static Link is 25. So every time this Static Link comes out, Palace should be able to jump away, assuming it wasn't already precast on the lane, because CZI forced it out. Shouldn't really have any issues with that Static Link. Mid lane, I think Bob should be able to handle Mercury on the Windrunner fairly easily. I mean, Mercury might get lucky with a shackle and a little bit of damage, who knows? But it's hard to see a Windranger, carrying this game when there's so many like tanky heroes. There's an Undying, like you just can't burst. You get the Javelin, and what are you gonna do? Try and make a rotation and burst someone? You gotta Undying and a Primal Beast, Earth Spirit, Faceless Void who can backtrack the damage, Quap who can blink away. It's just really, really hard for Windranger to get really a lot of anything done this game. In the top lane, Palace, he lost 16 damage. A little bit for the time being, but should be fine to keep farming up this lane. As I said, now he's got Time Warp. Anytime Static Link comes out, has that Time Warp to get away. in the mid lane, 3-1 up against, or 5-1 now against 2-1. Bob's having the wave push in though, so should be fine getting a couple. In the top lane, Easy Y does use the dispose, but to no avail. No kill on this top lane. Unknown level 1 with the meld strike, and Tino actually is just underneath on Unknown. Is he just gonna kill him? Pops the fairy fire, and I think he will the first blood. Oh no. Tino just goes in on him. Level 1 with the trample. Sees he has the meld strike, he just kills him. Toss back. There is the static link actually onto Vincenzo. Double decay, tombstone turnaround. They're just gonna fight. They're trying to kill the tombstone, but Crush, he slowed down. They didn't actually get the tombstone kill. Oh no, it's gonna be a double kill on the top lane. The zombies are chasing, and already it's 3-0 early game. Tino in this bottom lane, feeling pretty strong already. Gets a point in the uproar. And we'll look to bully TI11. TI should have a point. Actually, nothing in refraction yet. So, you know, that can just happen again. The trample can come out. Shanks can connect with a stun. That trample will deal the damage, and he's just going to have a lot of problems. Palos. Top lane looking a lot better now that CZY committed in. Oh, didn't actually kill the tombstone, so yeah, Crush could never get away. Mid lane, 13-6, 12-2. So already Bob is starting to outlane Mercury here. Very, very skilled mid laner, Bob. You've actually beat Roll-In, pushed him back through. There's the damage. Unknown, he's under the tower. And he'll just die again. The pos won. This is 4 kills to 0, 3 minutes in. It's starting to look pretty bad. Vincenzo will force out the static link. 2 in decay, 1 in tombstone. Doesn't have any mana. They get the rebound stun. Out comes the time dilation. Level 1 bash. Will they get anything onto CZ? Well, they will. There's the bash. They have another decay. Any more damage? Not for the time being. Vincenzo, the static link will expire. Meld strike on a Tino. He's got to be careful. Still no points in refraction. Not quite level 3. Shanks, they might just look to go in again. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't before he hits level 3. Pretty close. They don't really have the damage to turn around. I mean, you just die before you... I mean, they have the damage, but he's just going to die so quickly. Tino still has, you know, 700 HP here. He's at now level 3. Yeah, point in the refraction, so refraction is online. Mid lane, Bob will grab himself a water rune in the bottle, and Mercury will do the same. Actually, bottom lane, they get the tusk now. Oh my goodness, it's a disaster on the bottom lane. They're not killing the TA, they're killing the tusk as well now. It's 5-0, less than 5 minutes in. It's a kill a minute for Execration. I mean, how do they keep having enough? Just need to send out more, and they're going in again. And kick him back. There's the trample with the uproar. Actually, not the trample, but just the uproar. The damage might be enough. Comes out. Up. There's the onslaught. He's got the trample. I think he might have just committed on the tower. I think he had enough. There was no refraction left, so I think they wanted to do it. That would have been another kill, but they did just sort of back out there. Tino not wanting to die. Mercury starting to feel the pain of this level 3 dagger, and he's got no win run. Thought maybe Bob might have committed on it, but he just does. Cleans up the creeps, knows what's important here. Shazam, no level yet in the snowball. They can't really save himself from any of this damage coming out. If he gets caught, he will die. Mid lane, in comes the rebound. Bob has been disposed back, and the power shot is not quite enough. He blinks away. I mean, that would have been the rotation for this mid lane if they could pull it off, but Bob survives. And the rotation's worth. No, bottom lane, they kill the TA again. I mean, the moment I see the health dropping, I'm running down here, but the... he dies too quick. Tino, this is why I say pick Primal Beast. Just pick Primal Beast and Marcy. It's too powerful. The Primal Beast, though, seem to be outpowering the Marcy this game. 2 levels in uproar as well. Once that's slow. bonus damage. I mean, I guess he will get hit by the... Oh yeah, he's getting hit by the... Actually, he's farming him up. I think he's just farming the hits at the moment. Intentionally. He's got 4. He's got 4 points. He's farming it. He will pop it in a second. There he goes with the uproar as well. I think he needs to hit. Not enough damage. Snowball comes through. Shanks needs a stun. Tino, he doesn't want to go down here. Kicked underneath the tower. Doesn't quite get the tower range. Deaths happening on the top lane. No one dying here. Meanwhile, top, the Razor and the Undying go down. So they'll take that trade once again on Execration. They kill the core for the support. I mean, yeah, it is the first kill that SummitGaming get in this match, but not really what you want. Once again, trying to go in. Shanks trying to deal the damage. Actually, it might be a turnaround. Coming through, will dodge, but not really. Trample on Dub. Tusk is dead. And Unknown will start dealing out the Meld Strike damage. There's the... Ooh, the last little bit of heal from the urn. It's enough between the right clicks to keep Tino alive. They kill another one down here on the bottom lane. It's 8-1. 7 minutes and 15 in. We're keeping up with the kill a minute. If Execration want to keep this going, they need to keep their tempo going. I think Bob needs to join in if they want to keep the kill a minute going. Bob is, you know... At the moment, he's 0-0-0. Hasn't been doing anything at all. He's letting the team down. Hasn't killed anyone. And they come on the bottom lane. They're on top of TA. Will force him to go back. Marcy's here, though. The rebound is available. They may get the damage over on Shanks. The pulverizer's here. Damage is coming out. Can Tino turn around? Has the uproar. Slows him down. He just clicks down Trezam. One more click might do it. But no, the Meld Strike will turn him back. Top lane. Palos having no issues at all farming up. Saving the skill point. Mercury's been found. Will deny the regen rune. Will he just tick down here? He'd just be denied by his own hero. But now Crush. He'll have to TP out. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, another 2 kills. On this bottom lane, Tino gets Unknown again. Earth Spirit goes down. I mean, we need 3 cameras at the moment. There are kills happening all around the map. They're farming up the camps with the tombstone. That was a stack. 2-man smoke. And what's he trying to do? I think he's just smoking to go farm. This is a smoke to... Where's Mercury going? Smoke to put a ward out. This is the call. We need a smoke to put a ward out. The mid Wind Ranger smoking to put a ward out. This is a situation that at the moment SummitGaming have found themselves in. 3k net worth down, 9 minutes in, 10-2. And in comes Bob. He's found Unknown. Actually, did he dodge that? He dodged the Shadow Strike. I didn't know that disjointed. I guess if he goes invisible. Another Shadow Strike over on a Mercury. Trezam's here, but I mean, Bob's just fearless. He knows they can't really kill him. There's nothing to latch on behind. He doesn't stand next to the creep, so the damage can't come through. CZY is going to show himself in this bottom lane. That might be the worst decision he could have made. There is a TP coming in to support him. It is Mercury. They found the Marcy. Stun comes out. CZY. Tombstone down on the deck. Shanks. He needs to protect the Tombstone. Tino, a lot of damage is coming through. CZY goes down. So does the Primal Beast and the Undying. So good rotation there from SummitGaming. They turn this aggression around. They have a 4-man rotation. TPs do come in and they get the kills. Power shot finishing off the heroes who tried to TP away. Undying not getting lucky this time. But it's still looking pretty bad for this TA and Wind Ranger. Not having a good start to this game at all. Trezam has managed to find himself level 5, so we'll be level 6 momentarily. Maybe after this creep wave and probably one more. Level 9 though on Palos, top of the net worth, 5.2k net worth. And please, so many kills. They get the TA again. Tino though has been found. There's the Unleashed. CZY's on top. There's the Static Link. They're dealing too much damage. Crush. And the right clicks will come out. I mean, you got a full link. 117 Static Link damage. think that's the max damage you can get. Oh, not quite. The Wind Rangers paused the game. Disconnected. Okay. Did disconnect at the start of the game. Having some connection issues for Mercury. Shanks is level 6. Palos has the Chrono Mask of Madness, working towards Lincoln Sphere straight up. So, fearing, I guess, the Link, or maybe just the Dispose back. Link, Dispose, or Shackle Shot. They're the 3 spells. Maybe even Focus Fire. But I'm sure one of those spells will come out before the Focus Fire. Ben Q, the admin, is on it. What is the issue? DC. pretty self-explanatory there. And we're good to go again. The Summit, not giving up on their TI dream just yet. They are one game down, 2k net worth in this game. Execration have had a pretty solid start to this one. Faceless Void, not in any concern. No pressure being applied to this Void. Going straight, actually changing from Lincoln's to BKB. So, has made the decision to switch that up. Well, while we're paused, did use that time to reflect on the situation. And we'll TP bottom, just to be perfectly safe. Make sure there's no chance of him dying in this top lane. Knowing that the rotations will be coming from Summit to go top in a moment to try and take this tower. Mercury still doesn't have the Javelin. Almost 12 minutes in as this mid Wind Ranger has a bottle. Pop on, Bob on the other hand, very close to Witchblade. I mean, that's very close. Maybe about 1,000 gold away. 2 middle, rebound, stun, comes through. They have a shackle. No, it's not going to follow. Bob able to blink away. DD Rune bottom, jumps forward with the tumblers. Bottles that one up. Top lane, Vincenzo's here, level 2 Tombstone. Tino's in the area. He does use the Pulverize just to farm up some creeps because, you know, why not? Bottom lane, Shanks. Actually the one caught, he thought he was going in, but Silence does roll away. Alos throws out the time dilation. Does have a chrono, but doesn't want to use it in this situation. Wouldn't be able to get the kill. That would just be a waste. And we'll hold it for a better time. Unknown's going to really struggle against this tick. Gonna chew up his refraction charges pretty quickly, so... Particularly in team fights, if that dagger gets thrown out onto the TA, fraction charges won't be saving them, and Bob's just seen the middle tower. No care at all. Double damage bottle, double damage in the bottle. TZY's trying to make the rotation. 4 levels in sidekick actually, not even the 2 in the rebound at this point. 2-man smoke. Tino, he's on the prowl. No BKB yet, but if they find Crush, he probably will crush them. Roll comes through, doesn't connect. Onslaught's there though. And the Pulverize on top. They will have the trample, and Crush is just dead. Vincenzo joins in to grab a little bit of XP. Says, I'll have that, lads. Thank you very much. 3 in Tombstone. Maybe 4 next level. Mid lane. Bob. That's probably have a Sonic Wave on 3 just to save himself, but that's perfectly fine. Doesn't need to get killed that when it's a 3-man rotation and try and kill him. It's enough to stay alive. You get good value out of that Sonic Wave. Bottom, regen rune. He is grabbed this time by Wind Ranger. But there's the Chrono. Catching on to 2. There's a Tombstone down underneath. So the zombies are building up. Down goes the Marcy. Follow up silence from Shanks. And no way he's rebounding out of there. T1 tower will fall. Bob jumps forward. Has the DD rune. Now it has expired. Trezam will just walk away to the north side. Witchblade is ready on the Quap, so a little bit more damage coming through. And Tino, they found Unknown again. He's got no way to get out. Stun comes through with the damage and the onslaught. Being invisible is not going to help you here. BKB very close to being finished on Tino, so When that occurs, there's just nothing that can stop Execration. 16 kills in 15 minutes, so they're staying ahead of their quota. 1 kill a minute. 7k net worth lead for the time being. Palace has changed it back up, going back for the Lincoln. So, side BKB, now back for Lincolns. Wants to have a few more stats early on. Trezam, Walrus Punch. Mercury throws out the Focus Fire, and Vincenzo will die very quickly. That's the Javelin online, so with that damage available, they can pretty much kill any solo hero by themselves there. Palace will be pretty hard. It's got 59 HP. Not really target want to go on. And this is the issue with the Windrunner. You use the Focus Fire, and now what? You got 70 seconds where you can't actually really do a lot. You got a Shackle that may or may not hit. Power Shot that deals a lot of damage, but you need significant setup. Into the mid lane, Vincenzo TPing in. Tino's in the area as well, has used the trample. Smoke comes out. Pulverize is ready. So in between an Onslaught plus Pulverize, trample should be available after that. They're going around up onto the high ground. In fact, they've drawn a line bottom. Their new Razor was behind them. They might just duck back for it, but here they go. They want to get these kills. They try and find Mercury. The stun comes up. There's the follow-up roll. And silence through on 2. Pulverize. Gets the damage onto the Wind Ranger. And Trezam dies as well. Tombstone is committed. As well as the Flesh Golem, but no real concern there. They get the 2 kills. And you can see the moment that the Primal Beast actually committed his Pulverize onto the Tusk there, knowing that the Wind Ranger was just going to die from the AoE. From the AoE of that ulti. You can see, what is it? Hit damage 210 AoE in the area around it. Found Crush. They have the dagger and the scream. Tries to get off anything to help him. He pops the Eye of the Storm, but there's a Scream of Pain. Plus the Sonic Wave that is just more than enough damage to kill him. And it's looking pretty poor for SummitGaming at the moment. And they're giving it their best shot, but they don't certainly have a timing like they did last game to try and make something happen right now. They are just getting worked around the map. Tino just wants to keep looking for more. He's got the Windlace plus the BKB. They split out Mercury. Ooh. Maybe they didn't quite see him. Maybe just saw the power shot and didn't quite know how far he'd come back from. But with 3 here, I thought Tino would be very keen just to go in. Smoke up. What are they looking for? Maybe the TA. I think that's the target.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Tino,
attack.
Shanks leading it forward. So, oh, they're going to spot him. They're going to spot him. They know exactly where he is. Charging through. The roll actually misses. They have the damage coming through. Unknown. Will pop the BKB on Tino, and the Pulverize comes out. Tombstone is on the high ground as well. Bob's here with the dagger on a Mercury. He can't run away. He's trying to get a hide in the Rosh pit. Try and get some mercy from Roshan. Roshan, please, thank you. But no, it's not enough. Will die. Tombstone didn't get killed in the high ground, so not feeding away the gold. And Shanks will use those zombies as a little bit of cover to pump the creep camp. He'll be pretty happy about that. Moving over towards the BKB himself. 2 are here, crushing. Wanting to jump in with the rebound. Do find the stun. Dispose back, and Shanks is in a lot of trouble here. Magnetize. Does get it out. Unleash from CZY, but Tino comes rolling through. Bob does die, actually, to the Lightning Storm. Tino out of mana, so couldn't turn around really with anything in that situation. So they do end up getting 2-4-1 really in the end, with the Wind Ranger going down in that area. Certainly not what Execration would have wanted, but it could have been worse if they'd avoided being caught as well. He's still farming. Has the Lincoln Sphere working towards the MKB, so has the survivability. Now wants to go for the damage. And in terms of survivability, that's 700 HP. Shard as well, actually. The Shard being ready is pretty insane. Being able to break the link on Crush is really, really important in these mid-game team fights, making sure the damage doesn't get amped up on him and that you don't lose the damage yourself on the Chrono. So just jump in, jump out. Oh, actually, Vincenzo, he's found Crush. Here comes Tino. He wants to find it, get on top of him, gives the rebound speed to Crush. Sees why.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Will help his friend make his way away. Razor with only the one in the Storm Surge for the time being, so certainly not running too quickly at the moment. Palos has the chrono when ready. Bob farming in the mid lane, going for the fire and sand. Actually, fight's coming in, but he's been stunned up. There's a snowball, and the damage is going to come through. Tia's going to go down, but there is their follow-up. Vincenzo's here with the tombstone. Sonic Wave dropped as well. They're going to get the kill. Mercury trying to get away, but the stun comes through. Rolling boulder from Shanks, and Palos is there with the damage, so it's a 3-for-1. And we've still got a chrono. TP is completed. Doesn't quite get any bash or chrono off in time.
Radiant's middle
I mean, you take that as a primal beast. You go in, you don't really get off your spells, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because your team still takes the fight. There's so much dumped on you as the primal beast with 2,400 HP. The rest of your team, you just waltz in and knock, just knock the 10 pins all over. Just blow down the aisle and see him get the 300 points. BKB is still available on primal beast as well, so it's still ready to be used. I think he didn't expect such the instant stun and burst in that situation, but yeah, it could have been even better for Execration then. Yeah, that's the sad situation there for SummitGaming is, that was really the best they're going to get, but the best you're going to get is not great. Oh, the TP just out in time. 4-man smoke. Summit, they're moving forward. Don't have the Marcy ulti for 15 seconds. They won't be able to get the burst. Palos is stunned through Lincoln's proc. Can he blink away? No. Or try and get away, rather. He won't. Tombstone is on the high ground. Come back in, fighting. They want to do this. Protect the Tombstone. BKB on Tino. They're just melting through them at the moment. Crush. Zombies, they're starting to build up. They need to follow up stun. They will get it with the Pulverize. And the Razor's just been left for dead in the river. Tombstone did stand the entire team fight. Didn't go down. He finds Unknown. He thinks he's going to get the kill. There's no BKB available. Unknown, he's got to be careful. Refraction charges are done, and he's just dead. I mean, they ping out the vision, but I'm not sure they actually have any. There's nothing here. So just the great reads from Tino. Maybe just caught him through the high ground here. There's a DD bottom. Everyone would like it. Roche has spawned, of course. There are traps in the pit, so SummitGaming will know what's going on. Temporarily, at least. The trap will be killed straight away with the sentry being planted down. And yeah, no one scouted the DD bottom. The obligatory DD when you want to take the Roche. It is there, but not at the right end of the river, I don't think. Pulverize even being used on Roshan just to get that damage done a little faster. Aegis now on Palos. Demon Edge ready. We're still working towards that MKB. Fake pumping on this top lane. Wait to see if anyone comes up. If anyone wants to join the fight. Movement from Execration. Smoke up now. Moving down. Shanks won't find anything. But he's looking still. Finds the Marcy. BKB popped from CZY. We'll use the Unleash. But BKB just TP out immediately, knowing they can't take this fight at all. Tino is looking for more. We'll see one TP complete. And searching through the trees with the trample. Won't find anything. If he keeps looking. Actually, Pulverize on the wave. They want to try and set up for a kill here. I don't think so. So he's looking still. He thinks they're here. He does find Mercury, but the stun comes out. He may have bit off a little more than he can chew. He has a BKB and running it away. Will actually live here, Shanks. Won't be able to get the TP cancel off. Middle lane, Palos gets the bashes onto CZY. He has no BKB. He did use it before. Punch comes out onto Palos. That's the Aegis. He's used as a 3-man Sonic Wave. And the Marcy goes down. Remember, there is a Chronosphere available. Jumping in, not even needing it. Tombstone on the deck. Unknown. He will show Bob. Help him. 4-staff away, but the damage is still there. Unknown getting the last little bit of damage coming through. The Bob will go down. Palos still holding on to this Chronosphere. Tino has the Blink Dagger now on top of the BKB and the Falcon Blade. Shanks has a BKB as this 4 Earth Spirit has the BKB ready, or at 25 minutes in. It'll be very difficult for him to deal with that as well. The BKB time isn't coming out. Vincenzo hasn't gone for the BKB, instead has the 4-staff, plus thinking about the Ghost Scepter. Just get out the regen rune at the bottom. Quap will probably come and bottle that once they respawn. Quap working towards the Shiva's Guard. Has the Kyra and Sanj. Trezam. This poor Tusk has a Bracer. Roll comes through. Doesn't quite connect. Unknown. Still no BKB. And doesn't look like he's going to get a BKB anytime soon. Working towards the Hurricane Lance. Has the Desolator. Jumps forward. Jumps back. Does throw out the time dilation. And they want to fight around a high ground to get good value out of this Tombstone. Smoke's coming out. They're trying to catch Mercury. The stun does actually connect. 4-staffed away. Can they keep Bob up? I think they will. There's a Chrono. It's caught on 3. They got caught on 4. There's a Tombstone down underneath. In comes Tino with the damage as well. BKB on Shanks. He's in the middle of the fight. Palos, he's pretty much free. Trezam's slowed down. CZY, he can't get away. 4 are dead. They get the Quap. But at what cost? At what cost? That's 33 kills, 11k net worth lead, 27 minutes in. It's not quite as bad as game 1 yet, but it's getting that way. They're fighting on to Crush. Buybacks come out. They've got the Pulverize on top of Crush under the tier 4. Snowball does connect on Tino. Shanks will look for a way to roll on through and kicking his friend to safety. They'll be just fine. So 2 buybacks forced out, and they get nothing for it. That's a devastating moment for the side of Summit Gaming. They're underneath the tier 4s. They double buyback, and they still can't get it. Are they just gonna smoke again? It seems like this feels like a GG YOLO smoke right now. Push the wave. Everyone's together. GG YOLO smoke. If we don't kill the Void right now, we sort of call it. It's almost like they're gathering up, unless they're just all going out to farm together. It's getting to that point in the game. It's pretty desperate. And in terms of their heroes, they certainly haven't got an outdraft for this series. The heroes of Execration do match up really well against Summit's heroes. They just need a clean pick that isn't met with bad consequences on the side of Summit. Trying to think of a way in which they take a team fight that they come out on top, but they almost got the pick off on Quap to begin with. Even if they get the pick off on Quap there, the Chrono still comes out and everything still occurs afterwards in the same manner. Yeah, there's probably a little less damage because Quap dies before they get off any spells, but still a Chrono, there's still a Tombstone down on the deck. They just need a clean pick, probably on Palos. Still doesn't have a BKB. The Lincoln Sphere and the Mask of Madness. In fact, what's he sending out right now? It's a Sanj, so he wants to have more stats. More survivability. The Razor, this could be a big item. Has the Refresher Orb with the BKB. Not yet the level 3 Eye of the Storm, so it's going to be hard to output that damage, but no armor really himself to speak of. Just the agility and the stats. 2 armor from the Arcane Ring. Will dive very quickly to Faceless Void either way. -2 second shackle shot cooldown on the Wind Ranger. Making out with the illusion. I don't think there's any prizes for realizing this is an illusion here at the moment. But Execration, they're hanging out on this bottom side. They know exactly where Summit is. They probably even know they might be smoked up. Not sitting under a ward of... And they're not sitting under a ward of Execration. There is a ward on the lane. Tino will show there. Clear it out. Has got the Kyron Sand on top of his last item as well. So he just keeps scaling and scaling Tino from this off lane. Had a really good start and not really having any issues right now. Halbert it's going to be on Void. I mean, they identifying that there is one issue that they could lose this team fight is if TA gets to click or if Razor gets to click. There's serious issues. Maybe even the Wind Ranger with the focus fire. Yeah, it's a good Halbert game. Lots of value. 3 heroes you really probably want to get it on. Is there a second Halbert coming out? E-Blade. It's pretty similar actually in the way it functions. Blink in with the Pulverize. They're on top of the Razor. Can they burst him down? He's got the BKB up. Tombstone's there. There's a huge Chrono. But it's on his own team. There's a Sonic Wave coming through as well. The Bash is falling up onto CTY. He will actually live for the time being. Not until the screen comes through. Tino's coming through the onslaught. Mercury pops the BKB. And the focus fire, trying to get the damage done, but the team is falling apart behind. Mercury will be left standing all alone on the high ground. And there's GG. Summit will be eliminated from these SEA qualifiers. Execration will progress through to the next series. And that's 19k gold lead for Execration. Summit will be eliminated.